All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris.
And my name is Josh.
All right, today we're gonna be taking a look and giving you guys the high rev and low rev perspective of the brand new Brunswick Combat. And I'm gonna be comparing it to the DV8 Severe Collision and the Rotogrip Gremlin.
And I'll be comparing it to the Radical Power Hitter and the DV8 Severe Collision. Today we are here at Bolero Via Linda on a typical house pattern. That lane graph will pop up here. At the end, we will give our honest, unbiased review anywhere from nuts to trash. So make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you out on the lanes.
All right, just wrapped up throwing the brand new Brunswick Combat. This one's another kind of strong and sharp bowling ball. This one, it gets down lane, but is pretty strong off the spot, so it doesn't want to be too quick. It was definitely a little bit more rounded for a ball kind of in this category, and it kind of went more forward through the pins overall. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw it against the Severe Collision and see how that compares. After seeing the Severe Collision go down the lane, these ones are pretty similar bowling balls. The Severe Collision is a hybrid and the Pulse is a pearl, but overall I feel like with the Collision being a little bit more down lane, this one, they kind of looked pretty similar. I think it was a little bit smoother off spot than the Combat was though. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw the Rotogrip Gremlin and see how that compares. All right, after seeing the Gremlin go down the lane, I think this one's quite a bit more down lane and more off spot than the Combat. I feel like the Combat was kind of a stronger shape overall, especially when it got down the lane and kind of off the pattern. If I got the Gremlin in the oil, it was kind of hit or miss whether it was gonna hook or not. There were a couple where I got in it and it kind of looked really good going through the pins, but if I got it a little too quick, it never quite saw it the right way. The Combat you really kind of saw it slow down and make the corner. The Gremlin it slowed down a lot later than the Combat did for sure. Final thoughts on the brand new Brunswick Combat. This one to me, there are a ton of bowling balls kind of in this spot that have come out recently that I think are just a little bit better. This one, I don't think is going to be quite as versatile as other pieces, especially the Severe Collision. I feel like those are pretty close bowling balls, but I feel like the Severe is just a little bit better. So with that being said, I'm going to have to give this one a meh. I just think there are better options and this one's not going to be quite as versatile as those.
Just threw 10 shots with the new Combat. This ball for me was kind of one of those balls where I really like to see the shape of this ball. It reminded me a lot of the Severe Collision, which I will be comparing it to. However, it just, again, it felt like, in my hand, it almost felt like a twin of that ball, where it was, that kind of quicker asim shape where was able to get down the lane and actually retain energy off spot, but still early enough to where it was predictable. And right now, that was kind of the shape that the lane needed. And I felt like it gave me a really, really predictable shape and actually some miss room as well. Could miss a little in, get off spot, but definitely the miss right was better as it was able to get through it just a smidge. And even though, wanted to creep high, it was forward enough to where it would just kind of lay there for me. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Power Hitter and see how it compares. Just threw 5 shots with the Power Hitter. I felt like this ball was just a couple of feet sooner than the Combat for me. I felt like it wanted to pick up in, just a and it was a little bit more forward off spot as well. I haven't thrown this ball a ton yet, but I do like the way it shapes, and I see it being kind of like, you know, a 1-2 punch, where if I hit this ball with a little bit of surface, this can definitely be, you know, maybe the second ball out of the bag, where the Combat would be the third ball. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Deviate Severe Collision and see how it compares. Just wrapped throwing 5 shots with my favorite ball at the moment, the Severe Collision. I am really enjoying this ball in league, and it's just shaping the right way. And for me, like I said earlier, I feel like this ball is like a twin of the Combat. It is like maybe like a half a board stronger, but it is very, very close. If I threw them again, like side by side, I personally probably wouldn't really need both in the bag, like, because essentially they do the same thing. But for me, I just feel like, you know, not throwing the Combat enough just because it's newer. Like, I can't really say that it's better or worse, but like the Severe has been my favorite ball the last month, and I feel like these two are, like I said, almost copycat of each other. Final thoughts on the Combat. This ball for me was one of those ones where I just, again, felt really comfortable throwing it to the friction, just because it was able to get through it a little bit and actually shape off of it the correct way, where a lot of balls here at V-Linda just kind of hit that spot and really bounce and go forward, where this one didn't want to do that. It waited on it and waited on, you know, just the right time to actually get off spot, which I really like to see out of a ball, especially since the oil here is a little bit unpredictable sometimes. With that being said, the final rating for me for this ball is going to have to be a fire. I felt really comfortable with this ball, and again, it really shaped in the way that I like to see it. This asim kind of pearl shape is probably one of my favorite shapes of all time, and it just really fit my eye and fit right in there into a ball that I like to see go down the lane.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video useful, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.